everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Fourtress of, a podcast about movies and TV shows and video games and lots of pop culture nerd things. My name is Oscar. I'll be one of your hosts today, and with me per usual are two of your other hosts. We got Brian and Devin in the house today. How we doing, boys? We got a lot to get to today.
Oh my gosh, so much.
It's your boy, the Duffer Brothers.
Wait, you're both of them?
Yes,
Or...
I'm both of them, correct.
No, I'm sorry. Your name was Little Dick Dan, right? Your government name?
Yeah. Now it's Lil Dick Duffer. Yeah, so listeners, before we get into things, be sure to check the time codes for any spoilers or anything you want to avoid or just get to early. Check it all in the show notes down there. With that, guys, should we jump into our first segment of the week?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we have tons of news.
News talk.
So Sony had a state of play this past week where they announced a crap ton of stuff. So we're going to kind of hit some highlights and probably skip someone's favorite thing, and I apologize already, but we're going to skip some stuff. Most likely. But the first thing, the big thing, one of the biggest things they announced was the Resident Evil 4 remake is official, and it's coming out next March 24th.
Huge,
as it needs to be.
News. Yeah.
It took them a while because they pumped out 3, the next year after 2?
And that's the thing, is a lot of people were like, well, it was based off of the 4th game. Like, that's the reason that they made these new games, to be based on the 4th games. That was the game that, changed Resident Evil. I'm like, that's cool. Also, Resident Evil 4 sucks. We need to change it. It's ready to be made to a new game.
Whoa.
It's very crunchy. I'm sorry. It's a crunchy game. You don't get to ever
People
shoot until you actually stand still. And
that's all Resident Evil
games.
That's
all Resident Evil.
All
and that sucks. It's all of them until Resident Evil 6 on. So it's time to make 6 on like fucking 4. So let's make them this way. Resident Evil 7
could you imagine if they made 6 and Village their first person, but you still had to stop to shoot?
Exactly. That's my thing. Resident Evil 8 is
that'd be so funny.
Good of a game because you can still fucking play it like a normal game. It's not scary, quote unquote. You can feel whatever how you feel about that game. But the fact is it's not scary because you can actually play like a first person shooter as it should be played. Okay,
that's really funny.
I can aim down my sights and I can blast these bitches. The end.
Yes. But hey, it's a flaw, and I complained about it many, many times when I played Resident Evil back in the day. But you know what? It is what it is, and
I don't want to call it a flaw because I agree with you. Where it's I think part of Resident Evil is the part of the tank controls where it's part of the scary part is I don't know what's going to happen when I turn a corner. My controls change. I don't know how to fucking get around this person right now. It's one zombie. He shouldn't be scary, but also my controls are fucked up.
Right.
Whatever. So I don't know. I'm into it personally.
Yeah,
I think I watched a lot of people play it on VR recently because game came out on VR in the last couple of years, and it's crunchy. I could not imagine playing that on VR myself. I would get very sick. People love it. More power to you. Not for me.
Still wanted to play 2 and 3. I haven't had the courage or want to.
I mean, I think 2 is amazing. I think the remake of 2 is even better. 3 is not. I think it's a lackluster game.
1?
Right. That's a whole other thing.
Why did they skip 1? Is it a rights thing, or they're just no?
I'm not sure.
When I played 1, I couldn't even get past the first zombie, so maybe that's why.
Maybe that's why.
How to get the first zombie.
2 is what I know personally, and 2 is a very good game, and I think 3 is also very beloved.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about 3 now.
I just know that it takes place at the same time as 2, but with different characters.
Right. Yes.
So, yeah.
But this one for 4, the graphics look amazing just from this little teaser trailer. So I'd be excited.
Yeah, we didn't get much
because the graphics right now look pretty fucking awful. So they need their remake.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's one of the most beloved games in the series. So I think it's definitely needs. It's the Final Fantasy VII of Resident Evil, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely, yeah. So that's cool.
Very exciting.
Now they kind of chucked out a bunch of VR2 stuff promoting the PSVR 2. One of them being Resident Evil Village, which I'm like, this is just an excuse for boys to get closer to that big tittied lady, isn't it?
That's what. It's funny because my friend, I was watching with my friend, and my internet was fucking
boys
up.
and girls, anyone, obviously.
It was unfortunately we were looking at that episode, what was going on there, and then my internet was going out because we had a storm. And I thought she was being funny, and I was like, "Oh, you're pausing right now on the big titty woman, whatever, okay, and that's gonna be a thing that happens." And I was like, "Oh, my internet went out. This is it.
And so
that's
what you're trying to say, Brian, is that you got very, very aroused.
I'm just saying, I thought that this game already had VR with this, so I was confused when I found out they made a VR version.
I thought it did too, yeah, because I've seen a lot of meme videos like people going up and like smacking our butt or something, and then just getting absolutely murdered. Like,
I guess it was mods because I thought there was a VR version as well. So
something like that.
That's fun. That's always fun.
It's a great game. I mean, Village is an amazing game, so I like that in VR. It's it could be very scary in that. Space.
I'm not gonna play that. It's too scary. I don't even want to play the regular version of it.
I'd recommend as someone that does not like scary games. I think that is the best Resident Evil you can play.
Right. More VR stuff. They announced The Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners Chapter 2 Retribution, which is a mouthful of a title, Jesus. But apparently, we were talking about this right before we started the podcast, that people actually like this game or this series.
It's hilarious. I've only watched TikToks of people playing this game, and it's so fucking funny that I kind of wish I had VR to play the game, because it is, I mean, it's a survival game, but it also has just kind of like survival like antics where it's like, oh, well, I'm here with, a Molotov cocktail and also all this fucking money I have, and you want it from me. I'm gonna light you on fire. Fuck you. It's okay. What do you? It's good.
I mean, it looks like a lot of fun. Like, I haven't seen any of those TikTok videos, but the like just the trailer looked like, I mean, running from a horde of zombies like in VR or fighting some zombies in VR.
Right.
It looks like a pretty fun time, and they're not Left 4 Dead zombies.
Yeah, so it's one of the few games that kind of makes sense where it's like, this will be what you get VR for.
It's like the Half-Life Alyx.
Exactly. It's maybe not enough on its own to like make you want to get it, but it's like, if you put those games together, these are the games that make you want to get VR.
And speaking of another game, they announced Horizon Call of the Mountain, which we knew they were doing a VR one, but now they showed more footage. As a person who likes the Horizon series, it looks cool. Again, I'm not gonna play this because I'm not gonna get VR anytime soon, but I mostly just like wonder how the combat works in that game. Just from what we've seen, it looks like most of it's a lot of just dodging left and right, which is a little worrisome. I don't know how the flexibility, because there's a lot of dodge rolls and shit in that game, in the actual other games. So it's like, I wonder how that's incorporated and how
you're not going to just like sidestep into your wall. In real life.
Right.
That's what's going to happen. I mean, let's be real. That's
people just going to be going through their drywall.
It looks really good though. Like stylistically, and just, I mean, the Horizon series is one of the best looking games on that console, so it's like not surprising, but yeah, it looks damn good.
We're very much playing into VR2 right now, is what they're trying to do what Xbox wanted to do this year. They think they have enough to make it like, well made. And that kind of scares me, where it's like, I don't know if you want to put all your eggs in that basket. Personally, Xbox tried it last year and it didn't work. But this is what they're trying to do this year, where they want to make everything around the PSVR 2.
Yeah, right. I mean, it does look pretty cool.
We'll see.
Like, sure. So the Xbox back in the day, and then we saw how that went. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it has like it's like 4K, and it's also like the sound system is really good in the headphones, whatever. But I think the thing that I read that was the most curious to me is it has like eye tracking, so it can like track where your eyes are looking, and also you can like make eye contact with other people playing online or something. Like, it's gonna get really interesting.
Xbox had eye tracking. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but like, these things existed beforehand.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm worried.
Yeah. I think it's just like, it's a consumer thing. I think it's like, I don't know how many people have, one, the room for VR, two, the pricing for VR, three, the want for it, and the games. That's what it comes down to. Is like, do they have things for me to play with this system that cost me this much money?
Right.
Is VR the new 3D movies of our time?
Yes. I mean,
right.
I think we talked about that with like Blu-ray and then HDVD. Like, it's like HDVD fucking failed.
They
but
died.
Blu-ray fucking won. And it's like, what is the difference? What made that better than the other things?
The PlayStation 3, 100% is what killed it.
Which is funny, because PlayStation 3 was $200 more than Xbox 360.
Right.
At the beginning of its lifespan. So it's one of those kind of things where it's like, yes, you have this VR stuff with PlayStation. Xbox has no VR situation going on right now. Is that better or worse? He's got to market it differently. And that's why the games exist the way they do. Xbox Game Pass exists because they're trying to corner a different market now. And that's new. We haven't been in a place where they do this anymore. Usually everyone wants to do the same thing. So we'll see.
Right.
We'll see how this feels.
The VR, like, the potential is there, right? I think the only thing they really got to figure out is the price point, because every time I played a VR game or like done like the Oculus and like been on like a a Blue Angels ride or something. VR is super cool.
Yes,
right.
I think that the appetite will definitely be there. I think from consumers. I just think you got to drive down that price point to like under $100.
Price point and playability. It has to be something that you can play for more than 30 minutes. Because personally, I cannot play VR for very long. It makes me sick. Price point is one thing, but I do think like I have a computer that can run VR. I can't actually physically play it because it makes me sick. And that kind of sucks. So it's like, I think those are the two like dissonance right now. So we solve that problem. We can have a really cool thing. So I think like 2025, we'll have some really cool stuff's going to come
God
out.
damn.
I mean, honestly, think about 2023. Yeah. How many games are coming out that you thought were going to come out this year, coming out 2023?
Right.
Nothing that we think is going to be revolutionary is going to come out this year or next year. So 2024, 2025 is where we're going to see real change made.
Also, are we going to have a cross-platform someday with like the metaverse and like
if PlayStation will finally fucking accept it, maybe we'll have some fucking cross-platform. God damn it.
Yeah.
Xbox and fucking PC does. What's wrong with you people?
It'll be like a multiverse of madness.
They're getting closer.
Yeah. You have to like flip through the different like universes. Like, oh, I'm in meta now. Wait, I want to go back to PlayStation's world. Like, wait, let me go to like PC like VR world. Like, it's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
Right.
I skipped a VR game, but did anyone care about No Man's Sky?
No. It's fun now. It wasn't fun 3
I'm glad
years
it's
ago.
a game now. Yeah.
Yes. I feel like VR No Man's Sky could be kind of cool, like flying through space and stuff. But I feel like maybe I wouldn't. I'd enjoy it for like maybe an hour.
Sounds cool.
It's a fun game. I mean, I wish it didn't struggle in the beginning because it's a very fun game. I played it for a little bit and I enjoyed it. Like it feels like those things that make me like, oh, I love these kind of games where it's like, oh, I'm exploring, I'm doing chores, these kind of things. But
what if No Man's Sky VR launches and you get half? So one half of your eyes get to see the game, and then later they'll add in the other half.
One half is ads until you get the gamer bundle. And then you get Fortnite on the second half.
It's like, No Man's Sky, come on, you did it again. You promised me, give me a full game this time. Like, we promise. It will be a fully functioning VR game. And you get it, and then only half the headset where he's like, they did it again. They got me again.
They're on that level, to be honest, unfortunately. No. But I'm happy that game still exists and people are enjoying it. But that's all. It's kind of
been a long road for that game.
Yes, for sure.
Next big announcement they had was Spider-Man. The Marvel Spider-Man is the remastered version is coming to PC.
So
finally,
how did you guys feel about this? I
don't care.
I got a little bit of inside info pretty early, probably last year when it came down to it, where it's like I knew that Sony said they were going to do about 70% of their first party games they wanted to put on PC. I knew that Insomniac Games, one of the games that were like, we're not going to do that. We're not going to put games on PC. They're purely PS4. And then as soon as I heard that God of War got put on on a PC, I was like, yes. Spider-Man's coming to PC at some point. These games, Insomniac Games are coming to PC. Because they make a ton of money. What do you mean, why?
Yeah, exactly. Like, why?
God of War came out fucking, 4 years ago? I got it for $8 a couple years ago. They made millions of dollars from putting it on PC. Of course,
exactly. But why? So why would Insomniac have that position that like we're going to stay on PlayStation?
Exclusivity is, I guess, a buying point. I mean, when you're especially because I don't think they're technically a first party provider of their services yet. It's not, they're gonna buy probably Insomniac at some point, but I don't think they have yet. Okay. So it's like, I mean, what if you can make a like, oh, we're giving you guys a lot of money, fucking put me on the payroll. That's gonna happen eventually, but they're kind of trying to buy their time. I think right now you can make the most money you can right now. So, I'm gonna PlayStation 4 and also PC.
Boom. Yeah, I mean, why not? Why
not? Exactly. And I think a lot of people are understanding that.
I mean, it's the same argument where, like, why aren't games just for every system? You know what I mean?
I mean, because capitalism. We know why, but
right.
It is still appreciative to see like these kind of games because like, Xbox has done like that's their big thing right now. That's why Xbox Game Pass exists. Is because we're making a lot of first party games that also exist on PC that you can just play right now for your low monthly cost. That's super cool. Whether it makes the money, I don't know. So PlayStation has to have an answer to that right now. This kind of feels like the answer. Like I'm struggling right now because Final Fantasy VII. I love Final Fantasy VII. I've been playing that recently. We might talk about it at some point. I played the original. It's a long game, but also the remake has came out on PS4 as well as PC. And it's like, I have the PS4 version. Do I buy the computer version of this game?
Right.
It's gonna look better for me.
I would, because then you can get mods and stuff. I mean,
I can get mods and stuff. I have a better computer. My computer is PS5 level, if not better.
Right.
So it's like, do I buy the PS5 quote unquote version? Do I buy the PS4 version I have already technically for free? Fuck. It sucks. Yeah. So it's those kind of things where it's like, I appreciate just having that opportunity to play games that I like the way I like to play them.
Right. For sure.
And so I always win. You know what I mean? Like people that play PS4, people that play Xbox, people that play PS5, everybody wins. You just win for having the opportunity to play games in a different way than you could.
Right. Yeah.
So,
they also did say that the Miles Morales one is also coming to PC, so that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't know that. I think they also deserve to go to PC. I didn't think it was going to all come there, but I mean, and also you make more money. You're going to get another $30 easy from God of War came out at $40 as compared to $60, but also I paid $8, so it's like y'all still got my money because I paid $8, and now you're gonna pay $40 for it. Like
Yeah. And you know what'd be really sick is Spider-Man VR. I don't know how you can do it.
Oh,
just figure it out.
You're gonna get sick instantly.
People are gonna be slipping and sliding all over the floors, but you know what? You just gotta. They have to put a disclaimer like you have to be sitting pretzel-legged on the ground before you play Spider-Man VR because you're gonna lose your shit. But it would be
you're gonna destroy
awesome.
couple TVs and probably a lamp.
Yep.
I will not play that. I will tell you right now. That sounds awful.
Oh man.
The next big thing they announced, or not announced, but showed was Stray, which is a game that is hopefully going to be the next best game ever made.
I've been waiting for this game for so fucking long, and I don't think people understand how long this game has been put in whatever fucking pre-make version it's been. But I've seen this game so many times, and it's just a motherfucking cat walking, and I'm like, yes, I would like to walk as a cat, and like it's coming soon. I'm like, soon? When soon?
We finally got a date, though.
We got a date. What is it, July?
July 19th, I think, or July 17th.
I will buy this game day one. I don't give a
fuck, agreed. Brother. I think, like, my thought when watching the trailer was, like, how has it taken this long for society to make, like, a stealth cat game?
Taking this long to make a cat game, bro?
Probably because, like, if you were to say that out loud, people would laugh at you.
But would they, though? Because, like, it's like, think about it. It's, like, not, like, hopefully not violent, right? Like, maybe I hope the cat doesn't die.
I don't know. There's little bots that look like they start shooting the cat. I think you're going to see this cat die. It's going to be weird.
Can I customize my cat? Because I want my cat to look like Jade. I want my cat to like Jade.
Right.
Hello, Jade. I would like my cat to look at you.
I hope maybe they like stun you and then they take you to the pound or something. But I would hope that's how I kill the cat.
Your cat is going to die. Your cat is going to die.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Even when you do well, your cat's going to die. It's going to be a sad game. It's got to be.
You know, it's like the mafia doesn't kill, women and children. It's like one of those things in video games. Like we can't kill kids. I don't think we should be able to kill kids. I don't want to kill animals. Like unless it's like a hunting game or something. I just don't think we should kill the cat or dogs. I don't think dogs should be able to die in video games. It's just one of those things. It's like we just don't cross this line. So I don't know, but either way, I think it would be a lot of fun to slink around like a cat and like go on these rooftops and stuff and dodge these robots. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm very excited about it. I don't buy mini games day one. This is a day one purchase for sure. I already pre-purchased it on Steam. I'm not even kidding you.
Sony, they are already starting their that thing where this game is going to be free on PlayStation Plus, but only if you have the top 2 tiers, which I don't know anyone that's has that. I'm not paying that much money for it. I'm going to stick with my tier, but man, I'm mad about it.
How much is the top 2 tiers going to cost? I don't know.
I don't remember. I think the top tier is like, I don't want to say $200 a year.
Something. What?
But the middle tier, the extra tier, because I think it's essential, which is the regular, which is the normal price of PlayStation Plus now. Then it's extra and then premium. And I don't remember what the price points are for them.
See, this is where they're fucking
up. The normal's like $10 a month. I paid $32 for a year, so I don't know what that equates to.
Right? Yeah, because I think regular PlayStation Plus is normally like, unless you get it on sale or something, it's normally I think like $60 a year.
$60
a
year.
This is why this is why PlayStation is messing up a little bit though, because like Xbox is very clean. It's like you have Xbox Live Gold, and then you have Game Pass if you want it, maybe.
Right.
But you don't want to mess with all these different levels and tiers and, confuse the hell out of your own base there. That's kind of
I'm telling you, the only reason I
confusing.
have the PlayStation that I have is because it's so cheap. When I can get it like on sale sometimes. It's $30. It got me a year of PlayStation Plus. And that's
Okay, so PlayStation Extra is $100 a year, $15 a month, and then the premium is $18 a month or $120 a year.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's more than Netflix. Netflix is what, 16 for 2 screens? Wild.
That's why I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
So all 7 of the people that will play this game for free will be very grateful for that. Well, we'll just pay for it.
But I don't know, but if Sony keeps doing this and they're like putting like games that are actually like fun and they're not like some random bullshit, like if they're putting these other bigger games like this out, then maybe it does become worth it. I don't know. I think it's too early to call.
Yeah, I think the PlayStation Plus games for this month were pretty good. There's some games that are like, oh, that's might be a good game to have if you don't have it yet.
I mean, I think next month's is or June, so this month's I don't think it has happened yet. One of them is God of War, but like
yes, God of War. That's that happened. That's happened now, right now. It's God of War and something else. It's God of War and Naruto.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did see that.
I'm not excited about Naruto. That game sucks, but God of War.
Yeah. The next big thing they announced or showed, the Callisto Protocol, which is just Dead Space again. But granted, it is made by the creator of Dead Space, but it's just Dead Space again. It looks cool, but I'm like, oh, I literally thought this was going to be the Dead Space remake they were showing, like for the first time, and I was like, oh, what the fuck is this?
Oh, they changed up the aliens. It's a different game. Oh, they changed up the aliens mildly. Wait, it's a creepy, dark spaceship that's taken over by bad aliens.
Right. I mean, it's funny that it's coming out before that Dead Space remake. They're beating them to the punch there, so we'll see how that goes. But I don't know. Cool. If it's good, I might check it out. I still want to play Dead Space but it's too scary. So
the remake is probably a little bit better, to be honest.
Yeah.
Devin, this next game looks like it's right up your alley. Rollerdrome. Rollerdrome.
Mm-hmm.
I will not lie, it looked kind of fun. I like the art style, but it's just like a rollerblade arena shooter type of thing.
Somebody went to a roller derby match and they're like, this isn't intense enough. Like,
right. Let's add guns, dude.
Let's add some guns and some Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
We've talked about this where it's like the game probably actually could be fun, but it's so fucking stiff that I feel like it's not going to actually be a fun game to play.
I just feel like the trailer, like a lot of these games, right, is like the trailer looks really cool. And like they're like, they're like sliding under somebody's legs and like flipping around and then shooting them and stuff like that. It's like, that looks really cool in the trailer, but in practice, I'm just going to bounce right in that guy's shield and I'm just going to die like so many times.
Right.
And I can't, like, I'm just going to circle around him and try the same thing that's not going to work like 10 times and then figure out I got to do some special moves. So I don't know, but it looks really cool. I would definitely check it out.
Yeah.
I want to like it, but it feels very Katamari Damacy. That I feel I'm a little worried about it, but we'll see.
But I do like it. It seems it's creative though. Tony Hawk Pro Skater mixed with shooter action. I mean, that's creative.
One of my favorite games of all time is Jet Guardian Radio. So like I love that kind of stuff, and I'm just worried this might be not inspired enough to hit that kind of version of video game.
I mean, the key thing would be to make the enemies fun enough to like different situations, because it does seem like it could get very repetitive if they do it wrong. But if they do it right, it could get it could be a lot of fun. So I don't know.
Next little thing. I don't got much to say about it. I just think it's funny. Eternights. It looks like it's a dating sim RPG. That's all I have to say.
I remember there was R2 to hold hands.
Yeah, that's all I know.
That's all I know about the game. I was like, oh, so okay, yes,
cool.
I spammed that shit. I was like, R2. Please, let me hold hands, please.
Next big thing, Street Fighter 6. One, they got a new logo, which is hilarious.
Fucking goddamn, they needed a new logo. I hope whoever made the first logo got fired. This logo seems much better.
I kind of into the look where it's like this. They still have like the cool like colorfulness to it that we were all fearing it wouldn't, but it still has that Street Fighter look. I'm not so crazy about this weird hub world thing that they're trying to do.
I'm worried about the overworld they made. I'm also worried about the fact they only showed us. This game's coming out pretty soon. They've only showed us 6 characters.
Right.
Most games of this nature have 30 plus characters. So to have 6 that are shown, including Chun-Li, that is not like Chun-Li. She does not look good. I'm a little worried about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, Ryu, whatever, he looks fine. He has a beard, whatever. He's thick. But Chun-Li, they like, well, we got legs. Good enough. That's not what Chun-Li looks like. I am nervous.
I kind of appreciate the fact that she looks like more Asian.
She does look
now,
Asian, but that's what happened over the course of a few games. But this feels not okay.
Interesting.
So I'm a little bit worried about that. And also, when you only have 6 characters shown at this point, it makes you wonder what the fuck's going on with all the other characters that y'all haven't shown them yet. Like, y'all good? Is things going well? Or in development hell?
Right. No, they're gonna release with 6, and then 2 years later, we'll have 30.
I mean, that's the thing. Is these kind of games are
Could you imagine?
They're very about like DLC now. So you're just gonna have to unfortunately accept that people are gonna be DLC characters. But like is Ken gonna be a DLC character? Like
no, there's no way.
That man, I didn't see that man in that trailer. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that game goes. I haven't played a Street Fighter like since the 1990 or whatever.
Yeah.
But it looks better than everyone feared. 2 other games that I got nothing to say about. Tunic, it's coming out on the PS5 and PS4. Also, this new other game, Season, A Letter to the Future. Cool. Someone will like this indie game. I'm not gonna play it.
Tunic's already on PC. It's fun. The fighting is not great, so turn on the things that make it so the fighting is easier. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Anyone who plays Tunic, do not play it in the original form.
And then the last big thing, Final Fantasy XVI, they showed some stuff. Only thing I really have to say about this, one, it looks like you're dueling, like in a boss battle, which is interesting. 2, I like how the song at the end is them just saying those names of the song. It's just like the names of
So Final Fantasy 16 feels very akin to Final Fantasy 6 in the storyline, where it's like it's very much based on like Devin probably loved this game, where it's based on a lot of historical shit, but it's like history, quote unquote. It's not history, but it's like there's a lot of lore based on this kind of whatever. So it's a lot about like conflict, and that's the big thing about this game particularly is a conflict around these 2 big, jarring worlds clashing together. So it could be cool. Final Fantasy 15 was not like this. So the last game was not about this at all. It's more Final Fantasy 6, where it's like this is very much based on politic. And where that kind of goes. So you might enjoy it. Yeah, that's not the kind of Final Fantasy I personally love. The Final Fantasy I love is a big grand story outside of this, but politics is not my thing.
Which one was the one where they were like the first 3 or 4 hours was like a wedding, and then like you didn't actually fight a boss for like, or it said like the boss could take like a literal day to beat or something. I can't.
That might be Chrono Trigger. That might not even be a Final Fantasy game, but it's made by the people that made. So Final Fantasy and the people that made Dragon Ball Z actually came together and made that game. So that's a whole different thing. And that's a great game. Chrono Trigger is an amazing game. I would highly recommend anyone to play that game if you like RPG as a whole. But these kind of games are kind of like, it's more about conflict around politics. 6 especially. If you like that kind of stuff, 6 is your kind of game. Where it's like they get deep into like political figures and what's kind of like, subverting expectations of that kind of whatever. I don't know. I'm still on my fence about it. I didn't play Final Fantasy 15. I still like Final Fantasy a whole lot. I play Final Fantasy 14 every once in a while. I don't really get into the depth of it, but it's still a fun game to play as a multiplayer, multiplayer like game. Whatever.
We'll see. Comes out next summer.
We'll see. Like I just want to see more Final Fantasy 7, to be honest, personally. So
right, which they might be doing something soonish, I think. But
probably in the year, I'll probably see something with that.
So that was all Sony's state of play. A couple of little pieces of news before we move on. Sonic Frontiers had a lot of stuff to show, and yeah, it's a game. it's something.
It looks so fucking bad. Everyone, if you know me, I've played it. I've beaten every single Sonic game to ever come out. That has come out in English US. I've played every single and beat every single game that's ever come out. That includes Knuckles Chaotix. That includes Mean Machine. I've played all the games. This game looks like actual dog shit. And I've been gaslit so much with this game because everyone's like, oh my God, this shit looks so fucking good. No, it is not. It looks like the Unreal Engine that's been a fucking trailer that's come out every 3 years. Someone's like, I'll make Sonic an Unreal Engine. Sonic Adventure 2 is Unreal Engine. Enjoy it. No, this shit looks like dick. It looks awful.
Just looks kind of boring.
It's uninspired. They finally show the fucking gameplay where it's like, oh, we're fighting enemies now. It still looks awful. Where they
I kind of like his little thing where he runs around to make a circle type of thing you have to do, but I've seen that before in other games.
Is there things that could be cool, but this game comes out this year. This year.
Oh no.
It's already June, brother. It's halfway through the year. So that means you have June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's 6 months.
It just looks old.
And you have one person that you run around a circle to break his shield, and that's it?
Yeah.
And you still got 6 months to make this game? And that's all you got? This is terrible. It's grass and then some fucking weird-ass Breath of the Wild characters, and that's all that exists.
Yeah.
And that's what you're showing me at 6 months until the game comes out? I don't know but so much about game development, but I do know a lot of people that are in game development. A lot of my friends are in the games. I know a lot of people in the game industry. At this point, the game should be done. So if this is what you're showing, this is supposed to be a finished game where a man runs around grass and hits 3 enemies, and that's all you see?
It looks like it'd be fun in 2004.
Exactly. And that's what pisses me off. It's like, this is what you were seeing in 2022, where you have an open world, and there's 3 enemies within viewing distance, which you have a PS5. I have a fucking good-ass computer. Devin's got whatever the fuck he's got. But we're talking about, like, we have gaming systems that I can see to Africa right now in my fucking, my game that I'm playing right now. And all I can see is 3 enemies that have fucking armor that have to fucking do a circle around. That's not fun.
Okay,
I don't have.
You're honor bound to beat this game though, so you're gonna buy.
It's true. Yeah, you don't have a choice.
That's what sucks to me. That's what sucks to me. It's like, I love these games and I've played all of them. I've beaten all of them. But this game is bad, and I feel like I'm being gaslit.
I hope you spend 40 hours in this Sonic game.
I'm being gaslit because all my friends are like, "This game looks so good," and I'm like, "Where? Where's this game? This game looks fucking awful, and I love Sonic. This game looks fucking shit, bro.
I can't wait for Brian to play this game, and we can get his takes every week.
It looks like it looks like bad Assassin's Creed Sonic.
You'll see the background right now. Y'all see that in the background? That is a Sonic Mania Collector's Edition. That cost me $120 to get this motherfucker back here. So I know a good Sonic. Oh. No, I'm upset. It's not going to be a good game. I will buy it when it's on sale.
Okay, when it's on sale? I was going to say
it will not be a day one. Nope.
First day.
What?
It will not be a day one.
You coward.
It will not be a day one. I worked too hard for my money for it to be a day one. I'm sorry, everybody. I just can't do it.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh man,
God.
That's good.
I hate that this exists.
Is this what I was like with the Halo show?
Yes.
Yes. Oh yeah, we'll see, because I think they might be showing more footage of it next week and throughout the month, so we might have
Sonic
to hook
Origins
back to
comes out this month. So
next piece of news, real quick. People are freaking out over this Pokemon Scarlet and Violet trailer, mostly because of this pig Pokemon that they showed. His name is Lechonk.
Lechonk, that's awesome.
My thing, they have co-op, 4-player co-op in this game. I'm very curious of what that's going to look like.
To be honest, I don't believe in Game Freak to nail this, but it'll be interesting.
It'll be like you're fighting one Pokemon and then you just like tap 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 tap.
Right.
And like you see the other people tapping, and then that's a Pokemon Go joke.
Yeah.
The last time I played a Pokemon game like to completion was probably
2004.
Whatever happened after Emerald, like Sapphire and Pearl.
Yeah,
not Sapphire and Pearl, but before Sapphire and Pearl. It's been a long time. I've not played
it's been a while.
A Pokemon game in a very long time. Fire Red and Leaf Green was very, like, that was strong to me because it's old games. It's old Pokemon that I love a whole lot. But this game, if I had a Switch, I would probably play this game, no question. And the thought of the co-op is kind of interesting. It's just...
Yeah, I want to see more about that.
Yeah, I want to see how that works because I just feel like that just makes the game
like,
infinitely
what's its
easier.
purpose? Can you like tackle like gym bosses to get like?
Right.
Yeah, I want.
Can I go fight Brock and it's me and my friend fighting Brock?
Right.
Like, will that make it easier? He only has one.
I just want it to be 4 people just like ganging up on
just
Brock,
fucking beating
stomping
Onyx in the fucking in the alleyway. Like, that could be fucking shit. I don't know. So that seems kind of cool to me, but we'll kind of see what that looks like.
Where's their Onyx now, bitch?
Right. This is a game that's like, it's always wanted to be very multiplayer heavy, but it relies too hard on extroversion. Like, most people don't want to hang out with other people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna go up to someone that has a DS and be like, "Hey, man, you want to trade Pikachu's?" No, like, fuck you, get out of my way. But I don't know. This seems kind of cool. So we'll see what that looks like.
All right, last piece of news. We have to address the Star Wars shit that's going on. People being total pieces of shit.
Do we have to get into the mud? The muck?
A little bit. We got just because we'll talk about it. But Moses Ingram, the actor who plays Reva, is getting a lot of racist shit sent to her for fucking the dumbest shit for a character.
Out a TV show that has 20 million different kind of races,
right,
does not like black people.
May I also add, with plenty of bad acting examples you could point out anywhere of like
we talked about especially. It today.
There's one in particular that had some really bad lines. Just saying.
So that's my thing. Is it's like Moses Ingram, like, her lines, we're at the point where it's the 3rd episode. There's only 6 episodes going to be in this show.
Maybe slight spoilers for Obi-Wan.
Yes. By the way. Look at the time codes. We're going to talk a little bit about it. She's a little bit of a one-note character. She's very angry.
She was better in episode 3. I will say that.
I will agree. But she still has a chip on her shoulder when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of weird. But then also at the same time, I made fun of it in our group chat where it's like, she has this like chip on her shoulder and she's trying to play this kind of character. But then also, people are like, oh, well, she's just a bad actor. And it's like, I'm hearing a character right now where the fucking 5th Inquisitor is like, you gotta make sure that you can't do this for him now. Because he wants to make sure that we'll make sure we're the best guy ever. What is that? What is he serving? He's serving nothing.
Right. Yeah.
He gave us nothing. But you see one black woman and you're like, oh, she's a terrible actor. And it's like, this man, I don't care if he's gray or brown or yellow, he does fucking nothing and says nothing. He just goes, I'm the guy that makes sure that you can't step aside. What is that? What is that?
Yeah.
I mean, they both had some pretty bad line reads in the first couple
All
episodes.
All of them do. Every single Inquisitor has terrible line reads. It's not her.
Yeah.
It's only reason that people feel weird about her because she's
it's
the only
she has
one
more
of
of them.
She's a normal human. Everyone else is gray or green or has fucking, I don't know, penises coming out of their fucking head in a weird way. But she's the only one who's a black woman, and that's it.
Honestly, this is just pure old-fashioned racism. Like, this hate and vitriol, was directed right at her. I guess she got DMs on Instagram and stuff. Ewan McGregor had to come out and make a post. Star Wars.
I appreciate the fact that, like, Star Wars and Disney were so, like, they were gung-ho about saying, fuck that. No,
as they should be.
As they should.
After what they did with Finn.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's sad that we have to congratulate that, but that is the world.
Yes. I mean, we saw what happened to Finn. We know that this is not.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this also before. Like, the actor that played Rose, she also got a whole bunch of horrible shit talked about her for those sequel movies. Like, and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Not
people?
Even Rose. Fucking John Boyega will not do anything with Disney ever again because of how he felt he was treated.
Both of them
during the situation of the trilogy of the most recent sequels,
which is a shame because like
he's a great actor.
Yeah, and then I think her name, I don't know her full name, but I think her last name is Tran.
Kelly Marie Tran.
Kelly Marie Tran, thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like phenomenal actor. Like she had bad lines, and she said that winning battles doesn't win wars. Loved that's not how you win wars, but still, that's not your fault. That's the writer's fault.
No, yeah, I don't blame her at all.
She did a fantastic job in Rose's character with what she was given, right? Same thing as John Boyega. Yeah. Like I love Finn, and John Boyega is a phenomenal actor.
Yes, right. And unfortunately, he got put in a bad situation, and that's what happened to Tran as well.
Listen, everybody just needs to chill the fuck out until the whole season is done. Like Reva, her character arc is not complete yet. So like, why are you judging and hating before you even know before she's even getting started?
Can we pretend that Leia right now is being annoying as shit?
And that's I love her. Fuck that. I love her. I think she's perfect.
You mean to tell me that he's just gonna let you fucking do it? Fuck you. Fuck her. Go home, run. Please, goddamn.
I just don't like, I don't know. I just didn't see any of this stuff until I heard about it after the fact. I was like, what do you mean?
Right.
Like Riva did fine. Like
I get her not selling her lines very well, but I also get no one sold their lines very well in this show. Yeah. I watched Inquisitors 5 through 3 not sell their lines very well.
But every Star Wars show has been campy as fuck. Like in The Mandalorian, that the technician lady, the mechanic lady, everything she says that comes out of her mouth is campy as fuck.
I will say I have a funny theory that about Riva in the sense that it's probably not true, and it's probably just like bad line reads. They happen. But I like the idea that because she used to be a Jedi and now she's a Sith, and she's been told as a Jedi to suppress her emotions, kind of like Anakin was told to suppress his emotions. When he actually had to be emotional, he's awkward as fuck.
That's the thing as well. James Earl Jones is great, and I love him to death. I know he's getting pretty up there. His line reads are fucking shit.
That's because it's not him. That's that whole re-speecher shit. That's the whole AI thing.
That's the whole thing. It's like, I know that you have Hayden Christensen in the suit right now, and that's pretty cool. And they need that right now to kind of make that, divide between like Anakin is drama. He is the drama. But also when he reads those lines, it's like, God damn, dude, this shit sucks. You fucking suck, bro. What the fuck?
But see, there's no vitriol there. But it's like, I just think it's so hypocritical and like, just stupid. So as a white Star Wars fan, I condemn all the haters.
Devin, you are so brave.
I don't give a fuck who the fuck is serving those lines when there's a motherfucker that goes, every single time that I want to make sure that you people see me, I talk like this. That he fucking sucks. He
like,
sucks.
why are we not mad at the other gray guy that just like struts around in that goofy looking hat the whole time, right?
He
has lines too.
She's like, I hate you people. I want to get fucking Obi-Wan. And he's like, I want to make sure that no one gets Obi-Wan. What is this? What is happening? What is going on right here? This sucks.
If you're mad at her, then you're just racist.
And then the other dude, like that guy's obviously Asian, and the other person around him is like, I don't know, some Asian adjacent is like, yeah, he's very much right. We want to make sure that we get Obi-Wan. So we're mad about the black woman for saying she's a little bit angry, but this person just fucking said whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
What is this? They suck.
It's just people.
They're terrible.
Educate yourselves and grow up.
I'm sorry, but I am with a lot of people where it's like, okay, I get where she's struggling. It's fine. But then I heard their voices and I was like, no, they're all struggling. This all sucks. Ian McGregor's the only person that's doing well. Like,
I just feel like I feel like she's not getting enough credit. I don't know. Maybe I'm just bad at reading actors, but I just don't think she's doing such a horrible job that we need to defend her.
Her character's written poorly.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
But even that, like, she's not, I just don't see it as big. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
You're correct. Yes.
Like, being an issue at all.
You are right. Yeah. There's nothing to be criticizing right now in a Star Wars TV show.
I can see the criticisms of, there are some pretty bad reads.
But also, episode 3, we just watched fucking Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader do Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader things, and it's like, he's awful.
Wait,
he's
really?
awful.
Fuck.
He's
awful.
But like, he's
awful. I don't think it's awful, but also that's
awful.
That's that Luke thing where it's an AI. It's not him.
It's awful. Like, I don't care about how much you want to talk about. Like, well, Anakin, he's a fucking, he doesn't give a fuck. He wants to be a petty bitch. I don't care. This is bad. Everything that Darth Vader exists in is terrible. He sucks. I don't care if it's Aiden Christians. I don't care. Anyone that plays Darth Vader sucks. It's terrible. It's awful. He let that man sit in the fire and he wanted to be petty bitch. Okay, he's petty, but it sucks. It sucks. It's fine that it sucks, but it sucks. Stop pretending.
Brian's on the sauce tonight.
I'm sorry. I apologize. We can move on. I don't want to talk about this woman being a bad actor when everyone sucks in this show.
Right.
I want to watch this man that's been a fucking Jedi for how many years? He's like, oh, I can't fight him back. Oh no, you all suck. The end. That's all I got to say.
That's funny. All right.
Yeah.
We went on for a long ass time. We got to move on.
Yeah, this is 50 minutes of news.
Let's move on to our main topic of the week.
Let's cut the fuck out of this.
Oh, we're out of time. Would you look at that?
we're trapped in another fortress, guys. This is a fortress. It's completely upside down and full of a lot of goo. It's really gross looking.
But Winona Ryder's looking pretty good.
Weird synth music.
I really dig that theme song.
We're in the fortress of the
Stranger
80s.
Things.
Yeah.
Volume
The
1.
80s with one cop that is really good at doing his job somehow.
Who's like,
he's a super cop.
Which one was that?
He's the Winter Soldier.
Oh,
the Winter Soldier
I
cop?
was gonna say, like, I was thinking of the police still in Hawkins. That they suck. They all suck.
Oh yeah,
They
are bad at their
terrible,
jobs.
But Hopper apparently is somehow the best cop on Earth, despite being 325 pounds of pure fat.
American muscle. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking about Stranger Things 4, Volume 1.
Volume 1.
Netflix released the first 7 episodes of this final go about.
You mean the first 7 movies, and then they're
right?
the
Yeah,
next
pretty
2
much.
movies?
Yeah. Before we jump into spoilers, because I know we're gonna really want to get into it. Just really briefly, quickly as hell. I really liked it a lot. I thought at first it started off a little slow. I'm still not crazy about the structure of where the characters are as much. I still think I like season 3 the most so far. But again, we're not done, so we'll see how I feel about these last 2 episodes. But by the end of it, I was like, not bad, pretty solid. I'm enjoying it. I'm excited to see more.
I'm 100% with you. I feel like where the characters are right now, it feels not like the end. But the show, they told that this show's ending. Like, this is the end of the show. It's fucking good. Like, it's fucking good, dude. Like, this is the best thing that Netflix ever put out, and they know it, and they're juicing it for that very reason.
Oh my god, yeah,
yeah. But this show is
clearly,
it's good. It is prime TV.
Yeah, there's gonna be one more season, right? Season 5.
Yeah, no, it's not one more season. It's a couple more episodes.
It's season 4, volume 2. It's only 2 episodes, and then that's it.
And they're like,
it's
2
done?
hours each. Yes, that's the end of the show.
This is it. This is the end of Stranger Things.
I thought they announced one more season. They said 5 was going to be
nope.
it.
Nope.
This is the end of the show because Netflix is tanking right now. They do not have enough money to do multiple seasons.
I'm sure piles and piles of money may see us season 5.
I mean, we talked about it. $30 million per episode.
Yeah, they're each going to be like movie length. So I know the finale, I'm pretty sure, is at least 2.5 hours, if not a little more. So yeah, and then that's it. That's it.
Wow.
It needed to end. I mean, this show has been struggling when it comes to just getting everyone
also,
together.
these kids are not kids as much anymore.
Most of these kids are in their 20s at this point, and that's kind of rough because they were supposed to be middle schoolers when this show began.
We'll get into it, but there's one character in here who, yes, they say he flunked senior year a couple times, but he's like 30 years old.
But it works. It works because, unfortunately, in the 80s especially, like, I mean, I don't know if you remember Spinner and stuff like that. Like, kids were 30 playing these kind of characters.
It makes sense for an 80s thing. Yeah.
So I think I might have enjoyed this season the most of any other Stranger Things season other than season 1. Because season 1 was, iconic. But I think that this one was definitely, it kind of like took what was good about Stranger Things and just like really like kind of held on to it and anchored itself to that. But I think for me, what stuck out the most is what you thought it was going to be this huge time commitment and it was going to drag, right? But I think for me, the pace just was driving the whole time. Like it didn't really ever feel like there was a slow moment. So even that last episode, like hour and 40 minutes, you just kind of like, all you want to do is see the next episode.
That was good. Yeah.
And it just like, it keeps driving and like it just never slowed down. So for me, I found that very highly enjoyable. And I think I think it's kind of combining nicely with Obi-Wan right now, just looking forward to, these 2 shows. But yeah, I mean, for me, the pace for sure was just like, just never slowed down. It was 100 miles an hour the whole time. And I loved it. I thought it was a great season.
So that was my biggest worry. When I heard that the episodes were going to be as long as they were, and I was like, this is not TV. Like, TV doesn't know this kind of world yet. Like, we don't know this is going to happen. But I watched through it and I was addicted. Like, the same way you said. Like, every single time that episode ended, I was like, I want to see more. And I was very scared where it was like, oh man, this is going to get fucking dry. It's going to get awkward. I don't know if this is going to be a good show this time. Because like, we can watch like 3 fucking Hobbits or 3 Lord of the Rings or whatever. That's fine. It's 2.5 hours, whatever. But this show just didn't feel like it had that kind of grab to it. But every single episode I watched and every single time it ended, I was like,
and you know why? Because there's like a million fucking characters now. That's why.
There are a lot of characters. And it's a lot of people you have to care about. But even that, it's like, I did actually care. It didn't feel superficial. Where it's like, oh, I gotta care about these characters. I don't give a fuck about this bitch. Whatever. What the fuck?
Right.
But every single time I saw a new character, it was like, I do care about this character.
Although I will say there are a group of characters that I don't give a shit about. They're not heroes. Yes. They're the Earth villains that I don't give a shit about. We'll talk about.
And that was one of those things where it's kind of like it's an unfortunate circumstance of this kind of show, where it's like, okay,
absolutely,
these people exist. They won't exist for long. I don't really care about them. The white man is doing the white man thing. Cool. Yeah. But other than that, it's like I still felt attachment to the characters that I knew, that I didn't feel unfortunate when it came to it. So like, they did a good job where it's like I was interested during the entire episode of every episode I watched. And that's hard to do because, I struggle with it personally. So it's a great show. I think they've just done really good with writing with this show. I do have my complaints, but we'll talk about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's get into it. So spoilers from here, everyone, for the entire first 7 episodes of Stranger Things 4, and probably any potential spoilers for all the other past seasons of the show. So be warned. Yeah, I guess let's just talk about the big bad.
The big bad is Vecna. Vecna is a pussy neck motherfucker that hates all these little children for whatever reason.
He's kind of a combination of like Freddy Krueger and...
He's very Freddy Krueger. They literally have Freddy Krueger in this show.
Yeah.
He invades your dreams, your dreams kill you, and then also, there's that kind of situation.
But Victor Creel was the actor Freddy Krueger, right?
Yeah, Robert Englund, the man who played Freddy Krueger in those movies, is the Victor Creel character in the prison.
That is super cool.
That was so cool. Yeah.
So it's like if you didn't realize that this is just Freddy Krueger in this world, it's like there you go.
Okay. No, I didn't know that.
He one of his hands was longer than the other. So I think one scene where he's chasing Max, like you can see his one hand was really longer. So
it's like like the Freddy claw. Yeah. Very much.
Also, like this whole season was very like. I feel like it's much scarier than the previous seasons.
It is horror
of Stranger Things, and like, maybe I'm remembering the other ones incorrectly, but this one definitely felt very scary. Like
you were correct. The other seasons have definitely been more akin to like. I think season 3 was the most like It, the first episode of It. Like the first section because it's in 2 parts. I don't know how much you know about It. But it starts with like a bunch of children, and it's very campy. So like season 3 definitely hit that note a whole lot. Before then, season 2 and season 1 was definitely a much more campier Wonder Woman 1984 kind of situation. So this one, it hit a very different vibe. Like as soon as you saw Vecna for the first time, it was horror. It was not the kind of situation. It was like, oh, we're all kids going on an adventure. Like, no, there's no adventure to be had. We are in the bad shit.
I like Vecna's look. I'm not gonna lie. I know you guys weren't crazy that he's more humanoid, but I kind of liked. Just given the past villains of the past shows where we've had a black smoke monster, a big tentacle crab thing, and then another thing again. I was like, I get they wanted to change the pace. But I just like how there's tentacles around him that are constantly moving. And I think they did a good job with the CG work on that detail.
For sure.
Yeah, that's the thing at first until the twist at the end I didn't like about Vecna because I was like, why is this guy humanoid? Like, it just seems so arbitrary. And obviously it makes sense at the end after the whole, at least volume 1 is done, you get to figure that out. Like, at first I was like, the thing that I really liked about the Upside Down and throughout Stranger Things was how alien and just different everything from there was. And then you throw in this kind of humanoid guy and he's just strutting around and you're like, why is this guy like a human? Why is he talking English? Like, they're not supposed to even understand us. Like, but obviously we figured that out. So by the end, it makes sense. But at first I was like, dude, what? I'm like, at first I wasn't buying it. But then later it's like, oh, shit. Like, it was good.
And that's still kind of how I feel. And I'm still not sure how I feel because we don't know what's the ending when it comes down to it. I would be upset if he is the big bad towards the end where it's like he's the grand scheme because he was introduced, this season. Because he's just, I just don't like that humanoid aspect where it's like, okay, well, now we have this guy. But he has to understand us. Halo had the same structure where it's like, we got this woman where she's just some one fucking woman and she knows she understands the things and we talk to each other because we're both people. It's like, they're all super aliens. Like they don't give a fuck about what we're doing. But then they have I have a spokesperson and he's like the spokesperson. It's like, he has a little flag that's like, I love humans. It's me, the human lover. we love these things. It's that kind of shit. It upsets me, especially at the grand scheme of things where it's like I met a person. It was not a person. It was a smoke monster that ate anything. And now this guy's like, I want to kill you because I like Max a whole lot. She's pretty cool. And it's like,
yeah.
You want to kill me because I looked the way that I looked, and that was the end of it. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels.
I like that he targeted people with trauma.
Yeah.
I like that aspect of it.
I do think that now that we heard the big thing of why he is who he is, that's the best way you could have done it. But I still do hate that it does exist, because I do think it's very much trying to, like, unfortunately make a character out of a character that didn't exist. And I think that's not necessarily the best storytelling, where it's like, you would have never guessed that it's this random dude right here. You know what I mean?
Right. Even
and
though
that's
we
kind
all
of what happened.
Guessed that immediately. Like, I feel like we were talking about before, and like, it turns out, spoiler alert, but like,
we're in spoilers, that's fine.
Vecna is number one, who was maybe the first person that had powers with like the same kind of L's powers. And they telegraph it a mile away, like
immediately.
And like his face, and he did such a good job in that scene where he's like monologuing L, like he looks so fucking creepy.
Yeah.
But like before that, when he's just like, he looked a little too unique to just be like a random helper. So for me, I knew he was number one when he's like, oh yeah, you should just use a memory that makes you, sad and also angry. It's like, oh, I heard that worked out for number one whenever he was here. It's a really sad story, but it's like, okay, so you're number one.
Yeah.
So when did you guys figure it out earlier that he was number one?
Yes. That's what I kind of knew when I saw number two being so strong, and I was like, this guy keeps talking shit every time number two comes up, and I was like, okay, you're number one. Got you.
Dope. Yeah, okay. As soon as they talked about like number one doesn't exist, no, blah blah blah, I was like, it's this dude. I was like immediately like, it's this guy, isn't it?
I've watched too much
I will say the twist is what got me. Like in the moment when all that's happening, I was like, oh shit, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I did not think about that being the whole situation.
Yeah.
Which, I guess we're in spoiler territory where it talks about how number one is Vecna. When we talk about how they go through the situation where they're trying to figure out where this started, what's going on, why this, the portals were entered, why people were dying. And you find out it was, I can't remember the guy's name. It was his son the whole time that was killing these people.
Oh, Victor. Yeah.
He struggled with this situation where he's like, I don't know what's going on. And it's because his son was doing all these atrocities, and he thought it was, God punishing him or things like that. And it was like, why is this happening to me? My son and my daughter are struggling, and like his daughter died, but his son didn't. It's because his son was doing this.
He was fucking doing it, man.
Right.
I still do, and I think they need to answer this in volume 2, unless I missed something. It doesn't explain how he got his powers. Because they explain that all of the other children were, like, basically they were using one to create other powers in other children. So that's how, like, basic experiments, which is something we've seen in a million different things. But I still don't know how the fuck this motherfucker got. Did he get powers from a spider in an attic? Like, what?
He talked about how he loved spiders so much, and that was the end of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, like, previously in Stranger Things, you thought that there were just, like, that it was kind of like X-Men, right? That there's certain kids that just kind of have these powers naturally, and that the government's
I
trying
definitely
to
didn't think
swoop
that
them
way.
up and use them. But now they've kind of thrown a wrench in that of, like, oh, it all came from number one. So I don't know. I do hope they kind of maybe address that a little bit, but
something. I think there has to be some kind of answer. Maybe I don't know. Just because it's like
11 literally put them, whatever it is, the upside down world. Like that was her fault, kind of.
She freaking needed this man through space and time. Like first of all, she'd be struggling the whole time. And then with the power of love. Okay, so she's struggling against 2. She's struggling against the other kids. And then with the power of love, she literally yeets a man in through another dimension.
I hate her character. That was just something I was going to talk about. That I mean, I appreciate that she gained power throughout the series, but I really hate how she just spends most of her time on screen being helpless.
Dude, I mean, watching her get bullied sucks, but man, watching her clock the shit out of that chick with a rollerblade was amazing.
Oh my God, that was so
it's just not enough.
Vindicating. And I like that that's the last time we ever see Angela.
You don't see her again.
And that's the thing. It's like, it isn't about like power or anything. Like I would have done the exact same thing. Like, yes, I would hit you with the roller skate. Fuck you. You suck. Like, I don't give a fuck what repercussions are. But it's kind of that thing where it's like she cries afterwards. And it's like, damn it, why are you crying? You clocked her. She deserves it. Fuck her.
She's socially awkward.
I just like how she clocked her and then just like that episode starts and she's like bleeding profusely and then just pans over and Elle didn't flee the scene or anything. She's just sitting in a booth like across the table. Like, it's like, shouldn't you like leave or something? I don't know. But that was,
I would leave.
Listen, talk about justified. Sometimes violence is the answer, and it's with people like that are comically villainous bullies. Okay, because like that was like so frustrating from the jump. That girl Angela, from the jump, from the very first scene,
giant piece of
she's
shit.
just being a straight up bully, like so like over the top. I was like, was Stranger Things always this campy? Because like, holy fuck, this is comical. Like, it was comically bad. Like she talked shit about her dead father.
Oh god,
in the presentation.
That's the thing. It's like that is one thing that's just annoying in any kind of movie or TV show. Movie bullies are like they're prison bullies, man. Like they're ruthless.
Well,
dude.
you're the worst person ever. Like,
it's like
you sad because your dad died. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It's so, and like not one person is like, yo, Angela, that's kind of fuck. Like everyone's on her side about it.
And the rest of the class laughs along. Like,
no,
what?
it's totally unrealistic.
Your dad's dead. It's like, what? Fuck everybody here. I'll kill all of you people.
That was so
man.
That was so funny.
I was so embarrassed for Elle when she first tries to she thinks she has powers, and she's just standing in the middle of the whole crowd with her hand. I was like, oh no, you just killed your entire high school career. It's done.
Yeah,
but also, that school is very nice. She had a whole ass campus.
Right.
Your graduating class is 3,000. Like, come on, girl. Like, I don't give a fuck if you fucked up, whatever. Oh no, I didn't have powers. But also, you have a quad. You're in 9th grade. You have a quad. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very cringy scene, but I mean, damn,
it was rough.
That rubber doing that much damage with a rubber wheel, that's pretty impressive.
I for a second I thought that girl was dead. I was like, did they kill her? Is she gonna? Did they kill this girl?
I was hoping so. I want her to die. I was into it. I was like, yep, kill her.
Also, I appreciated the Carrie reference with the milkshake.
Yes.
Easter egg, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was great.
There were like a bunch of Easter eggs in this.
I wanted her to go full carry on that whole crew. I was like, just go, just do it.
I've never been rooting for the murder.
Kill her.
Yeah, honestly. Man. I mean, God, Angela, man, I hope she learns her lesson.
Yeah, we'll see. I feel like we'll probably see them again, but who knows?
I wanted her to get ripped up like everybody.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. So like then all of them, they're all like in California, which I think that was one of my biggest things where I'm like, sad, but I get it if you're doing something different. It's like I'm sad that the crew is so separated. You know, it's like the whole season, like no one's able to communicate with anyone, and I get it. Like it's harder to wrangle 15 people together, so you got to kind of split them up and have them go on their own journey. But I think the weakest journey for me personally is probably tied between Elle's slightly and then Mike and Will's,
Mike and
Jonathan.
Mike is useless right now. He has no story.
I still don't give a shit about Mike.
It felt very much like they just had to give them something to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Elle is definitely very much plot going forward, is that's all it is. Is this trying to well, you know that this guy likes this guy. That's it. But Mike has no story. His story is solely being a tall white dude existing.
Listen, Mike's energy, and like we want to talk about bad actors, okay? To me, Mike was not hitting his lines this season. Like that kid was like, he was walking around with this like arrogant
man
energy.
Is 20 years old. And he's
annoying.
6'8".
He was kind of annoying, right? And he's kind of like arrogant.
He's been annoying since season 2.
But like, maybe Mike's always been annoying. But I don't know, this season especially, I'm like every scene he's in, I'm like, fuck you, Mike.
Yeah, he's
Finn Wolfhard. He has had a lot of success when it comes to things outside of this. To the point where it's like, I don't think that this is on his radar as much as he used to be.
That explains a lot because like he just seemed kind of like checked out. Like it seemed like he was phoning in his lines a lot of the time, and he just walks around.
Probably because he ain't got shit to do, dude.
He doesn't. He's just a tall white dude that is way too tall to be his age.
Lanky
it's like, we're going to the skate rolling rink, and it's like this man's 38 going to the 15-year-old skate rolling rink. This feels weird. And he's like, oh man, your friends don't like you? She's like, no, they hate me.
Them and the crew of him, Will, Jonathan, and the high guy whose name I can't remember. They are responsible for digging the absolute worst fucking grave I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's like a 2-foot grave.
It's like
Jeez.
it's on the surface.
Listen, after that guy got them out of that house, dude, he was on fire. That dude had like he was on some Hopper energy, taking out those.
It's another one of those situations where it's like, this guy is a normal ass cop. He has a single fucking 9mm.
He took about 20 minutes to reload one time.
And this guy's like, stay behind me. Pop, 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 pop,
yeah.
pop, pop, pop. And it's like, these motherfuckers have military grade weapons. You got one fucking 9mm pistol.
Yeah.
You only have 12 shots in the fucking round. And he's like, yes, stay behind me. I'll kill anybody that ever pops up.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. He gets shots once. One single time. And he's like, oh, man, I'm going to die. Because I got shot one time. And it's like, nigga, what the fuck?
I think his KD ratio was like, what, 5 or 6? It was pretty good.
He's pretty good.
This man had a fucking 13. He was
definitely calling a nuke in Call of Duty.
And then he fucking gets shot once. He's like, I can't survive. Take the fucking phone number. And it's like, you killed everybody in a fucking suit shirt. And a goddamn, some suspenders.
Which that blew my mind that the military just walked in there and just started annihilating people. I was like, what the?
They were like, we see children, kill them.
Fuck them, yeah.
Hey, it's the 80s, man. The CIA can do whatever they want. All right?
They don't give a shit.
I'm just so mad that he did not matter at all, but also he did so well until the very end.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we're just going to accept that this man just dies.
He gets a headstone of like a pizza box.
Right.
From the goddamn...
Argyle. Dude, you hated him? I loved Argyle. I thought he was so funny.
He is cool because he is a man of color, but he's just... It's comedic value, but in the worst way possible. It's too obvious.
It is... Yeah. He's very tropey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
it's
but it's Stranger Things, like, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Steve was, but then it's just like, it got too real. It got too serious. It was like, this is the guy that does the thing.
Right.
It's like, Steve made sense because like, oh, I'm reluctant hero of like, I got to take care of this motherfucker with no teeth, whatever. But I was just like, I smoke weed. Oh shit, bro. What's going on? I was like, I've seen this before. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, whatever. I don't know. I don't like that character at all.
But I feel like it fits into the Stranger Things vibe. But hey, while we're on the subject of the California crew, Will is absolutely gay, right?
Yes.
Like beyond the shadow of a doubt. Like, and I think the showrunner said like, oh, we just want to leave it up to your interpretation. No. Fuck off.
Roller rink established.
Okay, his hero was Alan Turing. That girl rubs his leg, and he like is physically repulsed. And he pulls away. He's hinting directly to Mike's face that he loves Mike. Okay, like Will is gay. It's confirmed.
The whole situation in the school, they were like roller rink. We're just like, well, you're just not paying me any attention at all. But you just like your girlfriend, and I was like, okay, you like Mike. I was like, yeah, you like Mike, and he's like, no, I don't like Mike. Bro, you like Mike.
You like Mike.
It's fine.
I do wonder if they will address that by the end of the show. I'm assuming they do. Also, I want to know what his art piece is.
Yes.
I want to know what it is.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. I'm sure we're gonna find out. Also, there was one scene where like Mike was like mean to Will or something. I was like, Mike, did you forget that this kid was stuck eating like fucking...
Like he's had the worst life?
He was stuck in the Upside Down for like 3 months while y'all fucked around on your bikes.
I'm just hanging out, and you don't like Elle at all. And it's like, I almost died. And I just want to be friends with my friends, and you guys are being dicks to me. And she's lying, and I know she's lying. Fuck her. I just want to hang out with my friends. And he's, fuck you. No, man, I get it. Like, you're a piece of shit right now.
It's like, listen, you can never be mean to your friend that was stuck in the alien dimension for 3 months while
and
you
then
tracked his ass down.
Afterwards,
okay?
got possessed by another alien. For like his life sucked.
You can literally never be mean to that friend, or else you're not friends. You cannot be mean to that friend, especially when he's trying to like be a good friend to you.
He's trying to be helpful. Yeah,
come on, man. Come on, Mike. And then he had that one scene where it's like, yeah, sometimes you just can't tell the people you care about how you feel about them. And it's like, I wonder what that.
And then it pans over to this motherfucker with the same fucking bowl cut that he had 8 years ago. And it's like, okay, gotcha.
Also, man, Mike just pissed me off, man. Like, why is Will attracted to him? Why is Elle attracted to him? Why is anybody attracted to him?
He's so annoying. He's so
just
annoying.
Like lanky white boy. But you know what? There were guys like that in high school, though. The skinnier, the better.
Yeah, I like apparently. Some YouTubers. One looks exactly like that. One of them is just a tall Jewish man, where he has curly ass hair. He is 6'8", and that is him. He looks exactly like Will.
Something like that, man.
Will and Mike. He looks like both of them together.
Will just needs to get a damn better haircut, man.
And he has the same exact haircut that he had 12 years ago.
Needs a better haircut.
On the subject of relationships, why was the show face fucking us with the Nancy Steve reuniting? Like, what? The show was just like shoving that down our throats so fucking hard. I'm like, okay, like, yes, I guess it's going to happen now because you guys are forcing it on us.
I just don't understand the end game here because it's like either way. This is where my theory is. I think my ultimate theory is at this point Nancy has to die.
Yes,
because if Steve dies, and she ends up with Jonathan, then it's just like, oh, he was just that was just leftovers. If Jonathan dies and she ends up with Steve, it's going to be the same feeling where it's like, oh, it's just because Jonathan's dead. So it's like there is no choice but for Nancy to die now.
I think Steve has to die. I think it's more impactful for him to die.
You think so?
Yes,
I think so too. But it's just
too lovable of a character, unfortunately.
But I don't know. Yeah. I think I like it for Oscar because like then it's like that neither guy, but like I think that Nancy.
No, what you're saying makes sense. Unfortunately, I think that Steve has made too much of a Daryl Dixon situation with like Walking Dead, where it's like you made too much of a good character that people enjoy. That he has to die in order to make the show work
or anything to mean it. Because I initially thought I was like, "Oh, Steve's gonna die."
I thought he was gonna die,
but then as I thought about it more,
those fucking canaries that came down and started chomping his insides. I was like, "Oh, he's gonna die right here."
What he bites one? Why would you do that?
I would probably do that. To be honest, I'd probably bite a fucking.
You're gonna get a weird upside down virus.
I've got AIDS because I just fucking bit a damn monster. Yes, I would do it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. But it did feel like it was that situation. It was like it just happened for too long. Where it's like he's gonna die. Max was the same thing. Where it's like she's gonna die. They let it last for way too long to make it feel impactful to the point where it felt impactful no longer. Yeah. Where it's like, okay, I know she's not gonna die now because it gave me too much screen time of seeing her struggle.
Although by the end of it, we don't know. She's trapped, and I'm like, is this it? And they ended it before we could see what happens. Yeah. But I was like, oh no, what's gonna happen to her?
I mean, she's just hanging out with Vecna, I think, at the moment. But he wanted to tell her.
I don't know. It wasn't. I didn't feel any kind of stress.
Yeah, I think Nancy will be okay.
I don't know how you guys feel about it. I did not feel that same situation where it's like, oh no, she might actually die. I was like, I knew she was gonna live. And I was like, okay, this is this kind of show, and that's what kind of pisses me off about this show. Was like, I can still see the points where it's like. It's this kind of show where it's like, okay, this is going to happen. I won't lose anything that makes me feel so comfortable. Where it's like, oh, damn, fuck, he died. It just wasn't that. And that happened.
I do feel like someone has to. I don't know if they can get away with
and it has
no
to
one
be
dying.
Steve. Steve has to die.
Maybe
Hopper will not die. Hopper's done
also,
too much.
Also, they faked Hopper's death last season.
It can't be Eddie. Eddie's not impactful enough.
I think Eddie could die, but I also think someone else has to die as well.
Eddie dying was not going to do enough to the show. Okay, he's not lovable enough. He's cool and whatever. He's crazy, quirky. Oh no,
Eddie grew on me.
He really did. The first scene, he came in so hot, and I was like, "Fuck this guy." And also, I was like, "He could be a really good Joker." But anyway, that first scene, he's like so over the top, like yelling at people and like walking on the table and stuff. And then as the show went on, I really, really like. I like him a lot.
Yeah,
I really like that actor. He did a great job.
Also, he's 30.
The person, I mean, obviously, and that's the thing too. It's like we got to understand that these people, that man's 30. Like, obviously, he's 30. So stop pretending he's not 30. It's like, oh man, so these fucking high school kids, they don't look like their age. Of course they don't. That man's 38. Like, there's no way he's not 38. Like, look at him.
They're like, he failed senior year twice. It's like more like 200.
I'm also glad they said that because I talked about that when I was watching. I was like, this man is definitely someone that's like, he's failed his grade at least one time. And he's like, I failed a couple of times. Thank you. You made it a point that like this guy is not fucking 18.
Yeah.
But yes, I just don't think that this is going to be the kind of show that ends nicely. It can't be. You know what I mean? It can't be that kind of show. But at the same time, I just feel like it won't do a service if just... I mean, we had Bob die last season. What is it? Bob, was it last season that he died?
Season 2.
It's season 2 that he died. It's just like, you got to do more than that. It can't be... Right. Elle maybe has to die. Just someone
I could see Elle potentially dying.
I can see Elle, or I can see maybe Dustin dying.
I mean, I'd love to see Mike, but
but we want.
I don't think Mike's gonna die. It's not gonna be Mike. So he has to do the kiss at the end of the show, whatever. But I do think Dustin could die. I do think Steve is on the table. I don't think that Nancy. I don't think Nancy's on the table. Honestly, I don't think she's on
I think Robin's safe because they got to resolve that plot line with her and the girl she wanted to ask out, Vicky. Right. I think.
Yeah,
so
Max can't die.
Kill Robin.
She's already done too close to die, so she can't die. So I think it has to be probably Dustin or it has to be Elle. Elle's gonna die,
dude. I think it's gonna be Elle, Dustin, Nancy, or Steve. I think you might be right about Steve. I think highest chance is Nancy or Steve.
Right.
But either way, the show is just like shoving that, like, it's like, oh, you and Steve, huh, Nancy?
Yeah.
Ooh, things are tough with Jonathan. Like, ooh, Steve's having trouble with the other ladies. Oh, you just can't find the right one, huh?
Right.
It's almost
it
like
is.
You got to go back to the source.
It's
and like every
weird.
character is just like, dude, all right, like I get it. Could you be a little bit more
I don't
subtle?
Understand.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Let's talk about like Max and that cruise bit. Where I will say, for about a split second, I thought Max was gonna die, and I was about to be like, "You're not about to kill the only girl in this crew. You can't do it." Even though, to be fair, her death would probably mean the most to me out of all of them.
I think I would have felt that the most.
Yeah, especially because of how tragic that that whole episode was. So sad. Oh my God, when she was talking to Billy. Oh God. And then, but honestly, you know what? Vecna, kind of good therapy, because he helped her realize what was really holding her back was that she did feel a little guilty because she was kind of happy that Billy died because he was kind of an abusive older brother. So really, Vecna kind of helped her therapeutically get through that. And really, we should thank him.
It turns out he's a good therapist. Who would have thought?
Yeah. I also love that scene where like she's walking around in the Upside Down for like 10 fucking minutes. And then it's like it shoots to Dustin.
Song? What's her favorite song?
Before she went in there, he's like fumbling with all the tapes, getting them up there, and then shoots back to them after like 10 minutes. 10 minutes, just like, which one? Oh shit! Like they're just like fumbling around. It's like,
I will say, I love that song, but funny enough, like I knew that song existed, obviously, but I fell in love with a cover version in like 2004 or whenever from Placebo. They did a cover of that song that I fell in love with like in middle school or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. This is the best scene in the world.
That was a cool, it's like what, if I could make a deal with God.
If I could make a deal with God.
Yeah. You can see Brian's a big fan as well.
No, that shit was it hit. That shit hit.
It was pretty good.
But it's funny because like, what's her favorite song? What's her favorite song? And it's like, play.
I love
song.
how she brings it up later, where she's like, "What if this? Because I continue to listen to this so much, it doesn't become my favorite song. What are we gonna do then?"
But does it have to be her favorite song, or could just be any music?
That was my.
I mean, we don't know.
Who cares,
they give
bro?
her
Fucking play any song.
Right.
If that shit bang and bang, who cares?
Maybe your favorite song gives you the best chance. But,
I guess so. Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter. Fucking play a song.
Yeah.
I love all jams. Me personally, if it fucking if it fucking goes, it goes. I don't care what it is. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh well, it's not Winona Ryder, so I'm not gonna fucking listen to this shit. Like, no, this shit slap. Mm-hmm. So I love it. The end.
That song and the power of friendship got Max out of there just like an animal.
Although, man, that girl should have broken her ankles from that height when she fell. Yeah, her ankles would be shattered.
As somebody whose wrists and ankles have been broken, no, there's no coming back from what she fucking did.
She fell so fucking far.
Them shits were cracked. Like, I don't care what fucking song you listen to, them shits were cracked.
I also none of them really attempted to catch her. They just let her drop.
Oh, she's good now. She's good now. She listened to her favorite song.
She just plopped like a ton of bricks onto the ground.
Oh, fuck.
Makes like a 3-story fall.
It's like, come on, Steve, just catch her, man. What are you doing?
He lifted her pretty high up in the air. Like,
I'm looking at the fucking clip right now, and she's very high.
She's so high, dude. No, fuck that. Her feet are fucked.
And she was crip walking, so like they were fucking fucked up. So them shit's cracked.
But yeah, that's pretty much like that whole cruise. They're just like they're the ones who kind of figure out, as everyone else does, like what Vecna is really. Obviously, they give Vecna the name.
Mm-hmm. Where did they get Vecna from? Where's that name from? Is that supposed to be?
It was the Dungeons and Dragons boss they fought.
Okay. I don't know enough about that.
And he's like one of the, apparently in Dungeons and Dragons, Vecna is like one of the big, like toughest, or like his adventure or whatever was like a really, really tough one. And he's he's like a big bad of Dungeons and Dragons. So,
but they also point out, which is why I think there might be another big bag above Vecna in the end, because they point out that, or Dustin says like, that he's like, this is like one of the Upside Down's like lieutenants. He must be like a lieutenant, which obviously means not the big bad. So
right.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll
He's
see what happens
described
with
as
that.
a powerful wizard that became a lich. He's eventually destroyed his left hand and left eye, the only parts of his body to survive. I don't know much about Dungeons and Dragons, but apparently he is someone that's important.
But I think you're right. Like Dustin is like, oh, like you would send your top general to go check it out. So yeah, it does.
He's the
indicate,
knight of chess. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
The characters, the main heroes, have always been really good about like kind of predicting what, you know, or like kind of laying out for the viewer what they are. So it does seem like there's another thing above Vecna or number one, whatever you want to call it.
Right. Let's talk about Hopper's story then. Let's jump to that real quick.
Hopper is a super soldier.
Holy shit.
Yeah, man. Like, what the fuck,
also,
dude?
How did he run when his fucking feet were like?
I have no idea.
To get out of the situation, but then also still ran around on broken ankles. That man is a super cop. He is fucking Terminator.
He's very much an 80s superhero, just like takes it everything and just rolls with it.
Ever since season 1, that man, he sees the situation. He's like, I'm going to fuck this up. And it's like, sure, man, do your best. He's like, I will make sure. And this man's like, 235 pounds, maybe probably 6'1", of just like pure fat. He doesn't go to the gym or anything, but he's the best fucking character in the game. Where he's like, I'm going to do this shit. I'm gonna fucking do it, and here we go. And he's like,
right,
damn, bro, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, I fucking fuck Russia, fuck you, fuck communism. Here I am. I'm gonna kill all you people. Fuck you, fuck you. Oh, you want to make sure I do the best thing, Demogorgon? Fuck you. What the fuck? Why is this guy so fucking good at his job? He's in the most fucking derelict area of his situation. And somehow he's still the best fucking person to do anything that exists in this TV show.
I think the most American moment of the show might not be like the fair, like the July 4th fair in like season 2 or 3. It might be when he digs into that box of peanut butter and he pulls out that Jif can of peanut butter. He just starts eating peanut butter. It's like that might be the most American thing I've ever seen in the show. Like communism, bad. Peanut butter, good. Free market.
It's not even that. It's the fact that this man was fucking like, he went through like shit. Like he went through hard ass shit. And he was like, I'm 235 pounds of pure fucking fat. I suck at my job. I'm a sheriff that is in this like town of like, 312 people. But then also, I'm going to fight a Demogorgon. Also make sure I break my ankles to get out of this shit. What?
Yeah, he goes through the ringer.
Yeah,
man.
so, okay, guys, of all the torture methods in the show, so there was the hot box that, like, the American government was using. There was just getting your ass beat by a bunch of Russians. The elephant thing where they cut off your air supply.
Yeah.
And I think just generally being in Siberia. We'll call that the other one. So which one would you prefer of those four? What would be the one you want the least? I think I would just take my ass getting beat by a bunch of Russians. I think that if they never do anything else, I think that would be okay.
Yeah, that might be the winner.
I agree. Yes.
Man, that hotbox looked fucking brutal. That looked real bad.
Yeah.
I know me. I know the situation. I think I'd take a beating in the hotbox. I'll probably be okay.
Meanwhile, every girl in the world is like, "Oh, this is phenomenal! Like it's like a good shower. It's like a good shower in here."
Listen, I watched a lot of torture and a lot of good video games. I played Metal Gear Solid 1. Torture can be really awful. That did not seem very awful, so I can do that,
dude. But for a long time though, you can't sleep. I don't know.
Did you play Metal Gear Solid 1? It's even worse, bro. There is no sleep. You just gotta go through it, like.
But for Hopper's story, I did love that. I don't know his name, but Jack and Hakkar from Game of Thrones.
The dude from Game of Thrones.
Man.
They have a lot of Game of Thrones characters in this show, and also Obi-Wan, which I thought was funny.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
But
he's great. Yeah, I liked him as his Russian friend.
Russian friend that was not really his friend, but was kind of his friend.
Right.
I think by the end, he's definitely his friend.
I mean, once he saw that Hopper was doing the craziest shit, because somehow Hopper always has the idea that is amazing somehow. It's like, oh, well, I managed to, I scuffed this fucking whatever the fuck. I'm going to make a Molotov cocktail. And it's like, bro, you were in here for prison for fucking 3 years. And you found what's going on with you, bro? And they're like,
right.
I just found this shit right here. I'm like, bitch, what? You're gonna die.
I do want to shout out fucking Murray and Joyce's
so
story
great.
of Murray being a black belt and then just kicking everyone's ass by the end of it. I was like, that's amazing.
He was like,
funny.
I don't know if I can do any of this. And he was like, okay, what?
I love when you started copying Yuri's like acting like Yuri. That was so great. Like, yeah, Murray's a great character. I love Murray.
Yeah, he's very much become one of my favorites in that crew.
He did so well. He kicked a lot of people's asses. So like it wasn't even like it wasn't like a one note thing where it's like, oh, okay, he did that. It's like,
right.
No, he kicked ass. Like that man fucked people up. Like,
but yeah, that Demogorgon was scary as hell. Like they usually are not that big, right? Like I remember that one being a lot more deadly than like
they were that big for sure, but also they were pretty easily taken care of. But then without the fire, that was kind of always weird.
Right.
Yeah, when he was eating people's faces, I was like, oh no.
Oh Jesus.
Some of that was brutal, man. Oh, it was gross.
How did the Russians get it? I guess they got it when they had the mall, maybe. How the fuck did they get it?
Maybe
that was a whole like thing that they were trying to figure out what was going on, and then they used Hopper as the bait to figure out.
Yeah,
they're finally the first Demogorgon at that point.
Right.
I guess they had enough to make sure that the Demogorgon didn't get loose. He was definitely used for that situation.
Well, I guess because in the trailer for the second part, it looks like there's like they have samples and things like that. So it looks like the Russians have definitely been fucking around.
They've been fucking around.
Maybe somewhere else.
But yeah,
in Hawkins, but I don't know.
I do think Hopper was definitely used as an experiment more so than whatever the fuck, because he like they used him to make sure they have another one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's basically most of Joyce and Hopper's stories. Them just trying to get to Russia, basically.
Yes. Right. Where the fuck did she get $40,000?
That's what I want to fucking know, man.
She worked as a fucking what the fuck?
It was in L's. They had a trust fund for L. So that's
okay. Thank goodness they explained that. I was like, there's no way Joyce has that stocked away.
So
I don't believe it.
She was like, yep, $40,000, let's go. We're going to put it in there.
Right.
Bitch.
In 1986?
You work a call center job. You make $35,000 a year.
You sell encyclopedias.
Yeah, like, fuck, no, ma'am, you don't have no money.
Yeah. I don't like new bully Billy. I like old Billy. I do like that we got a cameo from Billy, because I did end up growing to love Billy as a character in the past 2 seasons. But new jock Billy sucks.
Yes, he does suck.
I can't believe in the first time you see him, he's using actual people's real life deaths to motivate winning a basketball game.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
I was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be okay. It was like, yeah, we want to make sure that people's deaths are remembered. And I was like, no, what the fuck?
That shit blew my mind.
Yeah, that was so douchey. He looks like he'd fit right in on one of Coach K's Duke teams. He looks like Grayson Allen's like father. Also, is he a psychopath? Kind of thinks.
Yeah, although like that speech where he riles up the whole town of basically like Eddie's Satan. I'm like, oh God damn it! This is such a thing of the '80s, and it's so annoying. But it's yeah.
Well, and then there was that thing of like I think that what was it? The scare in the '80s of like the Satan scare or something, and that was like a real thing. That like they were scared of like like metal music and Dungeons and Dragons stuff like that. Like so that it is kind of cool that they brought that in. Like as the show went on, though, I was like I kind of appreciated how one dimensional his character was, because as like this like Christian, like straight laced guy, and then he sees the death of his friend Patrick, like. You probably would think that it's like demons or something like that, right? So it's kind of like it is. He's not like evil, like a Joffrey or something. He's not like vindictive, right? But he is like very misguided. But like I just think that I like his like kind of like Captain America kind of energy. I don't know. I just thought it made sense,
I mean, how fast they caught up to Eddie in that boat. I was like, are these Olympic athletes? They swam
Olympic
so
swimming.
fast
That
to
man was
him.
fucking swimming. Like, what
oh my God.
Also, like they cut that episode as it happens, but like so Patrick's body drops in the water and Eddie just swims away, like instead of helping them or something. Like he's like, okay, bye. Oh, great, the perfect escape for me. Like I'll just run away.
Yeah.
And, like think about how easy Eddie's life would have been if he had just not fled the scene when Chrissy died. Because then the other kids would have died and it would have been like, all right, cleared my name, obviously.
That makes so much sense.
That little thing happened. But yeah, holy shit, they swam fast as hell.
Yeah, that man was fucking killing it. And I was like, can you go faster? And he was like, I was like, I'm an Olympic athlete. I know this shit. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess we're fucked here. Okay, that's fine.
Also, the rest of the crew had balls of steel jumping into dark, murky-ass lake water. When you know that there's going to be a fucking portal to the alien world down there, like,
for most of them,
shit.
all those people already had, like, that guy already had died. And they were like, we're going to swim in this. It's like, this man got ripped to shreds in your face. And you're going to be like, let's do it. Let's go ahead and fucking swim here. Like, that makes sense. Like, no, fuck you. Fuck everybody here. And they're like, I still think it's Eddie. I still think he's a part of a cult. Fuck the cult. I just watched a motherfucker in the middle of the river get ripped to shreds. Fuck the cult.
I always say that thing, like, guy. When Steve jumps in it later to look for the portal, I'm like, all right, it's clearly a portal. Why are you getting that close to it? It's a portal. You can see that from far away.
He saw, like, the red light. It's like, confirmed. Portal right there.
That's when you leave.
Get the hell out of there. That was definitely very much like, ooh, like, casual, horror movie person. Like, let me go check out this. Also, Steve can hold his breath for fucking a long ass time.
I mean, he said
like 2 minutes.
This whole town's got nothing but Olympic level athletes.
That was good.
I'm just looking through the last couple things. I nicknamed Vecna. He is the Fright King. I love the Night King from Game of Thrones.
He has that energy King. For sure. I called him the Pussy Net King.
I think the same makeup artist did the makeup for the Night King, did the makeup for him too, right?
Yeah.
To make him humanized, it felt not. I'm not strong with it.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of like effects that could be wonky, how did you guys feel about CGI Baby 11?
I was wondering how they did it the whole time.
I mean, it looks like they did the Marvel de-aging of her.
Yeah,
basically,
it was whatever. I didn't feel.
I mean, I thought it was super cool.
You can still tell a little bit. There's a little bit of weird smoothness to her, but I mean, I think it also helps that like it's not that big a difference. Also, they have a lot of footage from her at that age, exactly. I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. So it felt pretty normal to me personally. Like, I wasn't like upset about it, but I was like, okay, like, I get it.
They also used it like minimally, I feel, like for the most part.
Yeah.
Whereas like they showed it in the mirror a whole lot, and I was like, okay, this is probably gonna be practical. And I was like, oh, fine, whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I never felt where I was like, oh, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was good. I thought it was very clever.
Yeah, it was cool. Also, I guess they made Millie Bobby Brown shave her head again.
Yes. Yeah. She made a lot of TikToks for some reason. They were pretty awful.
God damn, that's rough.
Yeah, I wish she did not do that, but she also is a child, so she does do child shit. But yes, a lot of that.
Also, Brenner alive again. That was like I was okay. So that I had to like go back because I was like, wait, I thought this guy definitely died, and all they did was like a scene in I guess season 1. They show a Demogorgon jumping on top of him, and that's the last you see him. So I guess he got out of that and lived, but like they left it off kind of like. But it was like, dude, what? Like, and then he just pops out of nowhere, and they have the whole Nina project set up. But I guess it was a good thing that he was alive again because he could help her unlock her powers again. But you know, they're like fucking around with all those old videos. It's like just skip straight to the last one, and then apparently that works.
Right. It'll be interesting how. I mean, he probably has to die, right?
He's gonna
like
die.
actually die.
Yeah,
he's gonna die.
100%.
Well, the next episode is called Papa.
So
he'll probably die in that one. I would bet.
Speaking of Papa, poor Susie's father, but also be a better dad and pay attention to the millions of children.
Oh my god! Yeah, fucking negligence, dude.
Jesus Christ, dude.
That was a crazy like that was like very very campy. That whole house was like way over the top.
I'm glad that Susie got to do something though.
Right.
And with a part of the crew. I thought that was a nice
for sure
thing. That and I don't. It doesn't seem like they will, but I do wonder if they're going to bring back number 8 from season 2.
Yeah,
because we know she's out there.
I really thought they were going to do more with that when they
did I.
That. Yeah.
I have a feeling they would not. Unfortunately,
yeah, which probably for the best, considering that's just another character to add.
Right. I mean, hey, probably best for her too.
Yeah. That and my last note is another theory, and it's kind of in the trailer that we saw. Eddie's playing guitar music in the Upside Down at one point, and I'm like, is he using the power of music to fight Vecna? I hope so.
That would be wild.
That I would love to see.
In the Upside Down can mess up Vecna.
That would be so cool.
That'd be cool. Or it's like a heroic sacrifice or something to buy time, or like
that's what I'm thinking,
or something like that.
That's why I'm stressed out about the whole character as a whole, where it's like, is this something that actually matters to the main story, or if it's just bullshit to move the story along? I guess. Right. We'll see.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
I'm really worried about whether it's the main villain and that's the end villain of the whole series, or if it's just like a villain for right now, and then the next 2 episodes are going to be Like this is the shit. You know what I mean?
I think there's another one, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought there was going to be one more season though. So,
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Honestly, what you're feeling is like I feel like that's where it should be, but we're in a weird place where it's like this show is at the end, and you're kind of up to discrimination when it comes to a lot of people. Where it's like, yeah, you watch the show, but
I don't know. We'll see. Season 2 or volume 2 comes out July 1st.
Yes.
I definitely think that this was the strongest one other than season 1. This was the strongest season of Stranger Things.
I agree, 100%.
That's interesting.
That's
interesting. I still have a love for season 3. I think I really love the mall stuff and Robin. We didn't talk about Robin, but I love Robin so much.
Robin's cool, yeah.
Robin doesn't fucking matter. That's the sad part about it.
Yeah. I think I have a little bit to do with Nancy. I like their little team up, but yeah,
that was cool.
That's fair.
So we'll
see.
Robin she was, hello, I'm gay, and that was it. Like, okay.
Yeah. That's those are all my notes. That's Stranger Things 4 Volume 1. We'll see if this the finale lives up to the hype of this entire show.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Nancy to die, not Steve. So I'd rather her die.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for Steve. Steve has to die. I'm sorry. I love Steve, but he has to die.
I don't know, man. I feel like Nancy's parents would be more, mourning. I feel like it would hit harder if it was Nancy, but I don't know.
Sure, but also, no women have the worst story. They just have awful story.
Yeah. We'll find out.
Max already has the worst of life ever, so it doesn't matter.
She really does. It's very sad. Shall we move on then, guys, to our final segment of the week?
Let's fucking do it.
We like to call Free For All, title pending. This is a segment, listeners, we can kind of do whatever we want. We can rant, we can talk about our day, recommend something, whatever. It's a free for all. I will go first very quickly. This past week, because it hit HBO Max, I watched the most recent Fantastic Beasts movie.
Oh, was it good?
It's on there, and I don't have to pay for it. It's
not good.
Not very good.
Not good. We know.
It's probably, I don't really remember the second one because it was also not very good to me.
Oh, no.
So I don't know if this one's better or worse than that. It's probably on par. I still think it sucks because I think the casting overall is really good. I think Jude Law's a great Dumbledore. I thought Mads Mikkelsen as the new Grindelwald, he's fine. But again, he's kind of just Mads Mikkelsen in most things to me. Like from Casino Royale to Doctor Strange 1, he's just kind of Mads Mikkelsen. And he's good, but he's doing that again. The story is fucking weird. Just like the main, I guess, slight spoilers, the main plot is about an election being rigged, which I was like, this is kind of current and
Jesus.
An interesting choice to make in this,
why do they keep doing
fictional
that,
wizard magic universe.
Why listen, man, Last Jedi did that. Now Harry Potter. Why are you doing it? We watch Star Wars and Harry Potter to get away from the real world. Okay?
I don't know.
Don't make it more real.
Yeah. I would say if you had nothing else to watch, give it a watch. If you were at least the slightest bit invested in this universe and you saw the past two, because I still think the first one is actually really good. Second one was a pretty big letdown, and then this one is more of the same. Who knows if this universe is continuing at this point? It's supposed to be 5 parts, but Warner Brothers definitely put it on the hold to see how well this one's doing, and I don't think it did very well.
Oh, no.
So, who knows?
Dude, listen, didn't J.K. Rowling write this? Just somebody take the pen away. Somebody take it away.
Yes. Also, there's that. There's that, too.
Come on, man.
It sucks.
This is what happens when you get too successul from your first thing, and then you try another project, and it sucks.
Correct, yes.
So,
yeah. So,
should've
that's
cut
my
while you
free
had
for all.
Cool.
I can go next, actually. In my weekly watching of movies, I actually watched an anime. It is called School Live. It's the anime that I actually watched. It's 12 show, episodic, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's very short, obviously, 30 minutes each. And it is a show. Fuck. I'm not gonna. We'll put time codes, whatever, when everything goes. But it's not something I'm gonna give really hard spoilers when it comes down to it. But it's a show about basically a bunch of girls that have found themselves in a school club called the School Life Club. It's 4 of them that are in the School Life Club, and they all exist in this club, but there's something weird about the club itself. It's like, why are they all in this club? Why are they all just like, everyone's happy? It's a nice, good feeling like show when it comes down to it. Like it's fucking weird. But it's kind of the whole thing is like, why is everyone so fucking in that good like standing, or is everyone so happy? What's going on with all these people? And no spoilers. That's kind of part of the show. It's like, why are these people like good people, and why they feel so happy together? And it gets weird. I know Oscar knows personally. There's a game that I like personally that's called Doki Doki Literature Club. Where it's a subverting expectations kind of show, where it starts out very loving, very nice, very cool, very, everyone's trying to have a good time. And then you find out, like, as you go on, it's like, something feels weird. Something feels off about what's going on in this, like, world. This is that kind of show. It's only 12 episodes, so it's a very easy watch. It's hard to kind of find. It's not on Crunchyroll anymore, but you will find it online if you want to actually watch it. And shit, dude. Shit, dude. Like, this show,
anime, huh?
It touches situations about PTSD. It touches situations about grief. It touches situations about a lot of things you don't expect from this kind of show. But it's that kind of show that's like, you see the characters, they have pink hair and stuff like that. Oh, I just want to make sure I'm the best person ever. It's that kind of show. But then when you actually get into it, it's like, damn. This is real shit. Wow. Yeah, so I would recommend it. It's a very short watch. It's only 12 episodes. So you got 6 hours to watch. Yeah. Possible. It's kind of Doki Doki Literature Club, where it's like, it's a virtual expectation where you're into where you think a show might be a good show that's just like, oh, I want to hang out with some little girls and they do their thing, whatever. And 12 episodes of, happiness. It's not about happiness.
Oh, no.
You won't leave this show happy.
Oh, boy.
But I did enjoy it, and that's what I watched instead of a movie this weekend. And I was like, damn, fuck, like, fuck. So yeah, no spoilers, because I think the less you know about the show is the better.
What's it called again?
A School Live. Like I said, only 12 episodes, very easy to show. The first episode you watch, you're gonna be like, okay, this isn't anything. Keep watching. Don't stop when you feel like you understand the show. Don't stop watching, because it is something.
Right.
Interesting.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of animes are like that. You start watching them and you're like,
yeah.
I think a lot of people, when they talk about anime, they think about anime as a children's show. This one, the anime you recommend people when you don't want to recommend like children's show anime. Yeah. It's like, this is not for children. This is the show where it's like, it feels like it's for children. It's not for children. I recommend. It's not amazing show. It's not the best show I've ever watched, but it has that feeling where it's like, if you've never seen any kind of stuff before, you will be enthralled with what's happening with the show.
I'll have to add it to the very long list that I have.
Yes.
Well, boys, I don't have anything super new for you all, because this week I was, watching Stranger Things so goddamn much. But but I guess what I would like to comment on is that I think I sent you guys this video. It's for anybody that wants to see it, it's called Star Wars. I think it's just called X-Wing. And it's it's on a YouTube channel called Noble Engine, I think. Dude, cool little 5-minute YouTube video. I watched it like 4 or 5 times now. But I think it fits in with, there was a book series before Disney bought Star Wars. I think maybe even before the prequels came out, maybe during the prequels coming out. But there was a Star Wars book series called Star Wars X-Wing, and it followed like Wedge Antilles and Rogue Squadron, basically in the fight after Return of the Jedi. And it follows like how the rebellion took back Coruscant, and it kind of like this Grand Moff girl that like has this kind of mischievous plot. But I think the events of this, I think I sent it to you guys. Did you guys watch it?
I did not get a chance to watch it.
I watched it.
Okay. Yes. Oscar, it's really cool because it's like one shot of like this X-Wing battle on Coruscant. And when you watch it, just the book series, what's happening is like they're taking Coruscant, but the Empire kind of laid a trap for them. But this big, well, I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but either way, it's like goes in tandem with the books, with the events of of this book series. Cool. So I just thought it was really cool, and it's really well done too. So I don't know, cool little fan made animation. I thought it was sick.
Dope. I'll have to go back and watch it.
Oh yeah. I thought you said you can't watch it. I was like,
oh no.
Just on principle.
I refused.
Yeah. You know what? 5 minutes? No, it's way too long for a YouTube video.
Way too long.
So I mean, there's so much passion out there on YouTube and stuff like that. I just wish it would be seen. Not by Disney. Like, I just wish they would like take inspiration from it and not shut it down and not take it off of of YouTube. But
very nice. Well, that is our show, everyone. You can email us at thefortress@gmail.com. Fortress spelled FOUR. You can feel free to email us any questions, recommendations, feedback, or anything like that. Also follow us on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube at the Fortress of. And tell your friends, tell your family, tell your grandma, tell your cat. Go into the Upside Down and tell everyone there, all the weird squid people.
You can also follow me on Instagram.com/ITZ_, by the way. Or you can follow me on, what is it called? It's Twitch.tv/
Brian's getting tired. He's getting tired.
I am getting tired. But also, it's by the way, X and Twitch.tv/ whatever.
We got to record earlier in the day, boys, I guess.
Yes. But also there's Devin, he exists, but
don't follow my just
you can find Devin in the Upside Down.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Brian, for the art. Thank you, Alex, for the music. Thank you, Devin, for being here as usual, and thank you, Jackie, for helping edit the podcast every week. Happy holidays, everyone, and put a coat on Scott out there.
It is not. It is very hot. I'm sweating my fucking balls off, but it's cool. We're chilling. We hanging out. It's your boy, Little Big Ben.
Please do the play out music with this.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week in another episode of The Fortress of.
And then and we're gonna go shine. And then and then and we're gonna go shine. And then and we're gonna